Vietnam is the second biggest exporter of coffee in the world. So I don't know if any of you guys coming from a coffee-dominated country, but just to give a quick history, Brazil and Colombia used to be the biggest coffee exporters in the world until into around 2000s, 1998 to about 2002, Vietnam just burst into the scene and drove down the coffee price. Not a good thing to do, but well, that's what happened. That was happened. So ever since the 2000s, the coffee price has been going down, even though if you go to a shop in Oxford or London, you see that the price of coffee is going up, but it's not because the coffee price is going down. So who is bearing all the burden? Obviously, is the farmers. So most of coffee in the world is called commodity coffee. So commodity coffee is a coffee that is graded 70 points out of 100, according to Specialty Coffee Association standard. So that coffee is like mainly very low quality Robusta, Arabica. So if you find coffee like Nescafe, coffee, I don't know, in Costa, those are commodity coffee. They're not very good, but they are very cheap. And the way you make money is to make buying, selling a lot of bulk, right? So you make money in quantity. Whereas the specialty coffee, which is the direction that I am trying to go in, is coffee that is scored from 80 points out of 100 and up, and between 70 and 80 points is a long way. It's years. It's a lot of hard work. So you cannot make very good coffee at a cheaper price, and you cannot sell good coffee at cheap price. Right? So if you look at the state of the coffee in the world, there's commodity and specialty coffee. So Vietnam is mainly commodity coffee. About 97% coffee in Vietnam is commodity. It is sold to Nestle, I think even Louis Dreyfus, and also Olam. So they are the main importers of coffee from Vietnam. And then it will be sold to all the multinational companies in order to make the instant coffee. Or if you go to Italy, you get like actually espresso using Vietnamese beans somewhere. You must get like it's all the very cheap coffee that comes from Vietnam. So, but the problem is because Vietnamese farmers traditionally, they have been competing on price, right? But you know the problem with the market is that prices are only going down. And then at the same time, the Vietnamese farmers do not necessarily receive a lot of help from the government. They also receive help from US aid, but for some reasons, US aid now have moved to Burma and Laos. They do not work with Vietnamese farmers anymore. So another layer of aid is taken off from the Vietnamese farmers. So basically they're on their own. So what can they do? They can sell to trader at a low price, or they can work with higher quality coffee shops like us. But you know, to work with higher quality coffee shops like us, they need the know-how, they need the technique, they need the machine, all of which they don't have, because we don't have a tradition of producing high quality coffee. And we also do not have the capital in order to create very good processing facilities. So if you look at, say, Kenya or Burundi, they have very big processing facilities. So if you buy a Kenyan coffee beans, they see that, okay, this lot of coffee beans come from this washing station. Why is that? Because there will be the government or the aid agency, they will build a big washing station for small micro farmers to bring their own lot there in order to process the coffee, which will always bring the price of the coffee down, to bring the price of processing down. Therefore, it gives you the competitive price in selling the coffee. Whereas in Vietnam, we do not have that at all. So when we produce our own coffee, we had to rent the processing station, right? So actually the funny thing is when we buy Ethiopian coffee, Kenyan coffee, the specialty kind is like 85 and up. It's cheaper than for us to process our own coffee. So that is the problem we are facing now, both in terms of commodity, which is the price keep going down, and specialty coffee, which is we do not have the market for it, and we also do not have the facility in order to make coffee better. And it is, and also let's not forget the climate change, which is also making things much harder every year.